All right. All right. Let's give it just a moment just to make sure that that everything's working and we are indeed live. Okay, it's day 3, the Stress Buster Workshop. I'm excited for this day. The last few days have been super fun. Our feed has been very full of pictures of everybody's walks. Yesterday, a little bit different, right? We had kind of different homework yesterday. So I've been enjoying hearing about people's observations while they've been out walking. Let's go ahead and review in just a second. But if you're just tuning in to this for the first time, I'm Brandon. I'm here with Nick. If you don't know who we are yet, then make sure you go back to day 1, not only to kind of get to know us, but also because this whole thing is kind of cumulative, at least up to this point. So Monday, let's review a little bit. Monday, we talked about why we're doing this, all the bad things that stress can cause. Namely, I know a lot of us here are concerned about our weight, and stress is a huge contributor, right, Nick?
What was like the lack of energy and the cravings, and we want to have we're trying to regain control here. That's what this is about, right?
Yes.
And fight the things that we feel like we can't fight, and a lot of it is due to stress. So
yeah, a lot of it we don't have to fight. That's a big one for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for rounding that out a little bit. We started the foundation of what we're doing with some outdoor movement. So we started out with a walk on Monday, really simple. We also started out with some hydration as well. We just want you to drink and making sure you're getting enough water every day. Yesterday, we added on to our walk. We left our distractions at home. We added some observations to our walk, living in the moment, being present, living in the now, and living in the wow, as I say. I know, super cheesy, but that's how I remember it.
Yeah, and that's also, it's like part of who we are. I'm sure you noticed the smoothie thing that I put in the description of this. So whatever, it is what it is. If you can't be a little bit vulnerable with who you are, that's what it's all about, right?
Oh yeah. We're here to have fun, and this is a safe place to do that, right? So today we're gonna add on to that walk again by expressing some gratitude, and I'm going to let you, Nick, explain exactly how we're going to do that. But first, I want to talk a little bit about what gratitude does for us, because I feel like it's often passed off as this really kind of like whatever thing, right? Like woo-woo, like gratitude isn't all that important. Like, yeah, I know I should be grateful for things, blah, blah, blah. And there's really actually very strong science behind gratitude. A lot of research has been done. And so it's really it's a super powerful thing, actually. So gratitude and self-talk, super powerful. So expressing gratitude, receiving gratitude, and engaging in positive self-talk. Okay, those things release serotonin and dopamine in the brain, your feel-good transmitters. And you should be seeing a pattern here with dopamine and serotonin by now, right? Those are the things that we're trying to get. And without those things, your brain does not feel satisfied. And so they're very, very important. But just like,
jump in there,
jump in.
Put a little note in. By not feeling satisfied, it's going to search for things that, will give it immediate gratification. And what does that sound like? What does that sound like? Does that sound like emotional eating? Does that sound like I'm going for that sugar?
Right.
Oh, yeah, it sounds like I'm going for that sugar. It's a craving.
Yeah.
And that's an immediate satisfaction.
Lowers our
defensive. That's why we're doing these things, to develop some balance, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
Very good. Yeah. So to jump back to it, like just like hearing a dog growl behind you, or hearing screeching tires or something, releases things like cortisol and adrenaline to make you react. Okay. Yeah. Right. Those are strong things, strong feelings. Expressing gratitude releases neurotransmitters, dopamine and serotonin, that tell you to relax, that life is good. Right? Because you're literally telling yourself life is good. Who'd have thought, right? Gratitude and self-talk also stimulate the hippocampus and the amygdala. And these are your emotional regulation centers. So there's tons of data and science behind this now, like tons of studies. This has been very, very well documented now. So gratitude improves sleep, improves perception of physical pain, improves our immune system, improves motivation. These are huge, huge, huge things that we hear a lot of complaints about. Motivation is huge, right? We hear that all the time, right? Energy. Yeah. I just can't get out of bed. I just heard this like 10 minutes ago from somebody. I don't know what's going on with me. I just don't feel like I have the energy to do anything, to get out of bed. I just have no motivation, right?
This is a big one for me, and for like what I touch base on, because I'm such a proponent of, or I don't know if that's the right word, but I have a huge passion for that emotional and mental well-being. And that resonates with me big time.
Yeah. I know it does. Because to be honest with you guys out there, Nick is always kind of helping me with this. And I think I help you with this as well. Yeah. To kind of like, hey, time to take a break. Let's do the things let's practice the things that we preach. And they're super, super helpful, and they really do help us keep going. So just to put a little oomph behind this, like a study conducted by UCLA years ago concluded that gratitude literally changes the neural structures of our brains. Okay. Literally changes the neural structures of our brains. Think about that. Actually changes how our brains work and are structured.
Right. But it means I'm going to jump in here and put a little note in as well. That doesn't mean like, done, I did my gratitude for the day, my brain's different. Like, it doesn't work like that. You got to be consistent, just like anything else we're talking about.
Right. Because there's so much more to it, right? There's a social component to it as well. And so I think it's really, really important to recognize that this really is a practice. So even here, our clients, if you've worked with us, you've done the AMP process with us. So I know it's a little quiet here today, but if you're watching this later, please, if you've done that exercise with us, give us a shout out for that. Because I know it's been really, really powerful for several of you who are in here with us. So let us know in the comments, because I think you guys really have seen the power of that. The power of it. Okay, so I've scienced enough here. I think Nick, I'm gonna hand it over to you.
Okay. Yeah. No, that was good. I think it is beneficial to have some of that. And I just saw Carolyn, she jumped in, shout out. I'm sure that's for the AMP, so I'm taking it for that. Anyway, no, the science is good, because you have to have, I truly believe that you have to believe in something before you actually make it happen. So it's a good thing in having that lesson before doing something. You have to believe before you do it. Okay. So, I'm going to give you your do steps. So what do we Yeah. So as we told you, it's really simple. And, we were talking, and I have everybody we work with, I have them do this. And I push hard to have them do it every single day, because it does change the way your brain works, just like Brandon was just saying. But it doesn't take more than a minute. So it takes probably less than 1 minute. So this is unless you feel like taking more time to do it, which is totally cool. So since today is day 3, all you need to do is get out a notepad, or a sticky note, or a journal, or something to write with. It doesn't matter. And I want you to write down 3 things that you're genuinely grateful for. That could take 30 seconds. So you just got to do it, right? And it can be literally anything. Sometimes people, they come back and we're like, well, the first couple of days is good, but then I can't repeat myself. And I'm like, well, I mean,
sure you can.
What are you coming up with? First of all, yes, you can repeat yourself, because if you're genuinely grateful for it. If I wake up in the middle of the night, I tell myself I am grateful for my pillow, I am grateful for my blanket, and I'm grateful for my bed every single time, and it puts me right back out. And I have a problem with my staying awake all the time. That is one of my tricks to go back to sleep, because you get those endorphins we were just talking about. It relaxes you and you drift back off. A lot of times I don't even make it to number 3. But on the other hand, a lot of times I have to repeat that, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, but again, it can be super simple. The sun, the rain, your neighbor, the roof over your head. These things, it's just, they seem mundane, but if you're genuinely grateful for them. Remember we were talking about like marveling at that weed coming out of the crack in the sidewalk yesterday? Yeah. The roof over your head, that's an amazing thing, right? A peanut butter and honey sandwich. I love them. They're not so good for me, but I love them. And they make me, they make me happy. So I'm grateful for them when I have them. I'm Brandon.
I knew you were going to do this.
But you know what? Like, it could be anything. The guy at the store who said, "Have a good day." Even if he didn't mean it, he's telling you that. You can take it for what you want it to mean.
It might be me.
It might be Brandon, because he says hi to everybody.
That's right.
So here's mine for the day. Actually, I put walks with my dog Lola and Marianne in the morning, and we did that today, which is, I'm practicing. Although I'm not taking pictures. Brandon? Why aren't we doing this with everybody? We need to be taking our own pictures.
That's true. That's true.
Okay. I'm holding you accountable now too. Providing accountability. Okay. But then also, it's hot here today, so I'm thankful for the breeze on a hot day. And I'm also thankful for, I put Brandon glass, because I get to speak with him all the time. So it's just something it helps to hold me up. It does. So Brandon, what are yours? I'm throwing a rock at you.
Well, now that I'm crying, and it's funny, I was just saying this to Rachel yesterday, how grateful I am for you as well. So it's funny that you brought that up. Okay. Things I'm grateful for right off the top of my head. First, a healthy family is almost always my number one. A body that does most of what I need it to do when I need it to do it. I'm definitely really grateful for that. A good lengthy career in physical therapy gave me that. And this is frequent as well, but the sheer luck of being born where I was, where I don't have to experience things like violence or other extreme hardship. I've got a good life, and it's simply by luck. So I am always grateful for that as well. But Nick, you're on my list all the time. I think I tell you that, but.
And I just saw a comment come in from Caroline. Thank you for being here, Caroline. She's grateful for her ability to get outside. And I think that's really big, especially, I know we said this already, but like, she's going through some stuff. So that's a big thing. So,
well, nothing gives you perspective like that, right?
Seriously. Yeah. So you see, like, it doesn't have to be anything like extravagant. It doesn't have to be anything like really deep down. Like, I'm grateful for, I don't know, something. You don't have to be anything like crazy, right? It just can be super simple things.
Simple stuff.
Yeah. And then if you want to, you can add on to it a little bit. Just drop a note next to it that's saying like why you're grateful for it. So when you go back and read it, be like, oh yeah, that's cool. But here's the thing. For this, what we're doing here today, it's got to be on a physical piece of paper. And because we want to see what you're grateful for. So you got to write it down on a physical piece of paper. I'm not saying don't type it on your phone. Write it down with a pencil or a pen on a piece of paper. Take a picture of it and post it.
Yeah.
Because everything that Brandon, all that science, that lesson Brandon just gave us, it's all literally fact. Okay. So give me a thumbs up. Give me a hey yo in the comments if you got that paper and you know what to do. And for that matter, you know why you have to do it. And you got to understand, it's got to be that physical piece of paper, not digital. Write it out physically with your hand.
Yeah, don't underestimate this, guys. It really is. It's an important thing. I mean, I can't tell you how much this has changed my life quite a bit, especially in the last year, which again is a big part of why we're doing this, right?
Mm-hmm. The AMP journal that we just talked about, that was born of this. I started developing that AMP journal a long time ago. Well, not that long ago, but I guess it has been a few years.
A few years.
Yeah, I got in a really bad car accident, put me in a really dark place, and 3 things that I was grateful for every day seemed awful, seemed stupid, seemed the stupidest thing I was doing, but it kept growing over time. And then it just kept evolving, and now we have the AMP journal. Okay.
Indeed. It's an awesome tool.
Yep.
All right. Shall I summarize here? Anything else you want to add?
Nope. Summarize up.
Okay. So now today you're going to take your 20-minute mindful walk, right? You're going to drink at least your 60 ounces of water and write down 3 things you're genuinely grateful to have in your life. That's it. Am I missing anything?
No. Super simple, you guys.
That's it.
Super simple. I want to add a little bit of something for the 20-minute mindful walk. We didn't think about this before, but it might be beneficial to take your phone with you for those just in case moments. But somebody had a really good idea. Set a timer on your phone and don't pull it out until that 20-minute mark goes off. Pay attention to your surroundings. Anyway.
Yeah. I get it. If you have to bring your phone, I get it. But I really try. I took my hike today. I left the phone at home. I have a watch. And that's enough. But yeah, I know. I'm a parent. I don't like to be disconnected.
Right.
Okay. 20 minutes at a time. We can do this. All right. I love you guys. I'm looking forward to seeing these gratitudes because again, it's a big game changer. All right, let's get out of here. I've been yapping enough. That's for sure.
Me too.
And we'll get into something tomorrow. So we've got another piece tomorrow that's a little bit different, right? So it's not really so much connected to what we've been doing. So we're going to break away from the walk a little bit, though you could, place this in the middle of your walk if you had time. But come back for that tomorrow because I think this is a huge one for me in those moments where I'm already like kind of in freak out mode, right?
That's perfect. I got nothing else to say. That was perfect.
All right. I love you guys. Nick loves you guys too. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. Keep lifting each other up.